Hello, welcome to F1 2020 League Race at Spa-Francorchamps, starting in P12. And having a lot of wheel spin even in third gear, but having a pretty decent start right there. And now getting through the La Source hairpin. Now seemingly no incidents at all, which is nice. Now onto the ERS we go, onto Eau Rouge. Now downshifting to 7th gear. And because I thought there will be a slipstream effect, I didn't turn on ERS, but the slipstream effect didn't seem to work that well, weirdly enough. So not being able to catch any positions, so I'm still in P12. Okay, now a little bit later in the first lap, someone loses their car, slams into the walls. That made a terrible noise. But somehow that dude didn't even have front wing damage, so that's pretty interesting. Even though I do have to say we are on reduced damage in this league. Okay, now into lap 2 in P11, and we get a safety car because someone crashed into Eau Rouge. And at the end of the lap, a lot of people go into the pits, gaining me a lot of positions now in P4, so that gained me some nice track position right there. Okay, now driving very slowly behind the safety car, and I actually get pushed from behind, and that gives me a 5-second time penalty because of a severe collision, which is completely ridiculous. Now the person behind me also has a 5-second time penalty because of that, even though he already punished himself by damaging his front wing, so I think that penalty is just a little bit ridiculous. Okay, the safety car has come in, and we're gonna restart the race right here. And I don't really have a great restart, partly due to the fact that the people in front are very much faster than me. Now halfway through the lap, this Ferrari behind me is already onto me very much. And this is not a place where people overtake usually, but if there's a big enough skill gap, that's definitely possible. Okay, now on Camel Straight in lap 6, and the next person who is a lot faster is onto me right here on my left. And didn't put up a fight because I know he's just way too quick for me. Okay, so a bit later in the same lap someone had crashed, so I'm now in P5 again. So the next person to pass me is this Ferrari right here. He was looking on the left, now he still went to the right. Interestingly, and he's ahead of me pretty easily. Okay, now in lap 14 at the top of Radion, and crossed the line there by a very small margin, giving me the third warning, and that way a 3-second time penalty. Okay, lap 15 running P5, and my mediums are as old as the race, and I'm just now getting a warning about my tires, so I'm just gonna go into the pits. There's a pretty interesting pit entrance right here. You really have to be careful because it's very narrow. Okay, and I switched to the soft tire compound, and getting out of the pit lane, there's actually someone very close to me on the track. And now he's about to pass me just before the DRS detection line, which is good for me because that gives me DRS. And I'm just right on his tail on fresher tires, so this is really perfect for me. And can get ahead pretty easily because of that DRS. So I'm now in P7. Okay, now 3 laps later, and the car has caught up with me because he's just faster. And this Renault behind me joined in on the fight, as you can see, so I'm about to get sandwiched. And somehow he finds space on the left there. I'm like, what are you doing? But on this picture you can actually see there was a lot of space on my left, but that was not visible for me in my cockpit view. So somehow I still end up in front, and the AlphaTauri now gets spun around. So I just got the Renault behind me now. So I had been able to keep the Renault behind for just a while, but not long enough, unfortunately, so he's gonna pass me. Now getting into this turn, and I didn't get enough space for that. Even though he was ahead, he should have left a little bit more space, and now I got spun around And as you can see, I got his POV right here. And this is exactly what bothers me about the dynamic racing line. As soon as he overtook me, he directly returned to his racing line as if I was not there. Now that obviously lost me a lot of time on the car behind, who is actually faster and now about to overtake me right here. And that was pretty close, by the way. And now in 9th position, but I'm kind of able to hang on to him. Okay, now in the last section of the track, I'm still pretty close to him. And so let's see if I can go for an overtake. I'm actually kind of too far, but I'm going for it anyway. And yeah, that really completely failed. However, this doesn't even give me a penalty. So I'm going to give the position back anyway, because that was really not fair. But still, that's pretty interesting that it didn't give me a penalty. Now finishing in P9, which could have been better, but I still had some fun doing this race. I hope you enjoyed this video and thanks for watching.